Okay, comrades. Last week, you watched me build the Gundam Love Phantom. Here's my official review on this kit. It's time for After Report. Alright, comrades, so here it is. This is the Gundam Love Phantom. This is McGee's mobile suit from Gundam Build Divers. Just a interesting kit to build. I will say this is probably one of the first kits I've built that's been very different in detail, including like the feet here, which are very angular feet. Something I'm not used to with a Gundam. I'm used to very like flat footing, or kind of like with the Death Scythe Hell and Death Scythe variants. Just some, some little toe points here, but most of the time it was just a flat foot. This on the other hand has a prominent heel, which when standing does make for an interesting standing of the kit here. You will need at least to counterbalance those feet a little bit, just to get it to stand. It will stand, but it's a very awkward stand. Posability, this kit, I will say this kit does have some interesting posability to it, because you get all these little extra things on it. You've got some. It comes with 2 extra hands here. The open hand, as always, is a good thing to have here, as you can see here. So you get the extra hands there to kind of add in some detail. But let's look at this kit in detail here. So first off, you're going to notice some obvious things here, which are the design, which is based loosely on Death Scythe, and I want to say the Strike Noir, Strike Freedom, maybe. It does have some interesting little side fins here, along with some beam sabers. They don't give you the beams for it, but of course, with any Gunpla kit that you have that has the beam sabers, you can equip beam sabers into those. I do love that the cockpit kind of focuses a little bit on different suits here. This is the Strike cockpit with some Death Scythe shouldering here and the Death Scythe head. I think that's the Death Scythe head, I want to say. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Death Scythe head a little bit. We have these sharp pointed knees here, which is a little different for me. The feet, again, just a prominent heel on the feet there. That's something a little different. So let's look at some of the things that it can do here. So it comes with the beam scythe, which I'll put that in the hand here. That should be an easy, if not pop into the hand. Then just pop the back off real quick and put it in. But I mean, it holds the beam scythe very loosely. So you might need to tighten that up just a little bit. Other than that, the beam scythe is kind of a nice little addition to it. I wish they would have kind of painted that beam scythe, the color of the beam scythe. But it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. We get what we pay for there with an HG kit, and sometimes these older HG kits would have just very little detail on extra runners. And this is one of those cases. We do get this clear shield that goes into one of these like wrist bracers here. So I can see if I can take one of those like yellow pieces off there. It's kind of not difficult to get off, but what you do is you put the yellow piece in place first. I'm trying to, but it's a very awkward design for me, at least for my hands there. Well, it's sliding around too, so that's not making it easy. But you put that in place, and then you can slide this, of course, into one of those like wrist harnesses there. And I gotta make sure I'm doing that right. Okay, I got it upside down apparently. Okay, so oh yeah, it was upside down when I was trying to put it in place. But it's a very awkward thing to try to put on, just because these shoulders are. You have to kind of rotate the wrist around a little bit, just to kind of avoid hitting that shoulder pad, which is an obvious Death Scythe shoulder pad. Huh, okay, so maybe it does go. That's odd. It doesn't quite line up the way I was hoping it would, but we'll figure that out here eventually. Either way, it does go onto this wrist joint. It's just not wanting to right now. So there's the shield, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to try to put it on here for you, but I'm having a hard time lining it up, especially with this big shoulder pad we have here. One thing I will warn you about is you do have some parts here that are very finicky. I'll have to put that on later. But all in all, it's not a terrible kit. Let's see, did I get it? Nope, didn't get it. That does not line up well for me. And I guess it's just my playing with it and fiddling with it. But there you go. There's the shield on it right there, ladies and gentlemen. I finally got it on. It does take a little getting used to put that on. Put that in place, and I just... Okay. I dropped the beam saber. Oh, there we go. Again, the beam sabers go on right here on this little side panel here. They're not super hard to put back in place if they ever do come off, but I will say they do kind of make for a interesting part to this kit. There we go. I got it back on. But it's got some interesting parts here. We've got these little like hip cannons here that fire off. I do like those little hip rifles there. That's really cool. Something you don't get a lot with basic Gundam kits, but this has got some really good details here. You've got these little hidden blades here that I like. I'm gonna try to see if I can take one off the shoulder there and show you. So you got this extra little sword here that can expand out and turn into like any kind of blade you want it to. So there you go. You got that style blade. You can turn it into like a little scythe itself. It's very rotational, so definitely something you could play with a little bit and kind of get used to. It goes back into the wings super easy when you're ready to put it back in place. Just turn the little gun there and then slide it right on back up in place. Really no worries about anything popping loose, because I mean they just lock in place so well. So you get 2 of those. It's awesome that comes with that. The wings themselves are pretty fun to play with. You definitely have some posability on those wings there, so you can kind of like make it look almost like a dragonfly wing in a way, or a butterfly wing. It's very, very detailed for being a pretty epic Gundam. It does come with the little thing here to put your scythe on. The beam does come out of the scythe super easy as well, so you don't have to worry about that. Posability. This kit's got some major posability. I love it. You can kind of feel that the joints are real stiff and good and not like droopy and loose like you get with some kits. But all in all, just a very nice kit. Price wise, I want to say I paid about $30 for this, which is about normal for, you know, your standard like build divers, like, well, you know, for your more advanced build divers kits, because this is a very advanced build divers kit in my opinion. You know, I'm not an expert on Gunpla, but I am a connoisseur of it, so I do love looking at the price points to figure out which kits are, you know, more expensive and which ones aren't. But again, there's a lot of playability with this. Then on top of that, with the runners, you always get some extra spare parts here. I will say that I do enjoy a good spare part. Like, I mean, this whole runner right here was barely used. So that's going to come in handy for like kit bashing and things like that. You do get some extra polycaps here, so if you ever need polycaps, there's polycaps. You know, there's like a few extras you can keep. Just several spare parts to use here in those colors that you're seeing there. They even give you like an extra face, some extra head pieces, and things of that nature to kind of make it look a little different. You know, look a little more colorful. If you want to change out the colors on the head there, you can. You can use the magenta. You can keep it the way it is. I prefer just that dark Death Scythe look there, and I love that everything kind of stays together. Build time wise, again, about a 3-hour build for me, and that's without any kind of detailing or anything like that. The instruction manual is super easy to read. Just a well detailed manual as well. I didn't really get lost in it. There were a couple of spots where I got kind of confused, but it wasn't like a terrible confusion. Instead, it was more like just misreading it and kind of looking at the angles here, especially with these wings here, which I ended up breaking one of the wings there. I can't remember which one I broke, but it it's still holding together pretty well. It's a very fragile part just because the kit's an older kit. I want to say this kit was made in 2018, so about a 4-year-old kit. Just a really nice suit there, and there's some of the details about the kit there. You can see. I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know too much of what the kanji says there. Although it does show you a picture of McGee, who is very much this Gundam. This Gundam is very much a representation of what McGee is. What McGee is like. Very very just out there. Very fashion forward, so to speak. Really a ladies' man kind of deal going on there too, if you look at the picture there. But just an interesting looking kit. I love this kit. Really solid kit. I would give this probably about like a 4 out of 5, just because solid kit, great build, parts work well. However, the instructions for the wings were a little bit tedious, and there was a lot of small parts in there that are just going to get covered up and don't really get a whole lot of use. The standing ability as well is a little bit kind of, you got to really finagle it a little bit, really kind of pose it to where it's going to stand on its own without too many problems there. Again, I think that's just from being so top heavy as well and not having solid ankles, but just all around a great kit. Definitely worth picking up if you can pick it up. Like I said, not a long build, not a very detailed build. There is some painting you got to do as well to really kind of make it look detailed, but I kind of like the colors as they are, so I may leave it as is. But yeah, so that's the kit in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, comrades, that's it for today's after report. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all can follow me on all of my social medias. There is a link tree in the description below that'll take you there, as well as to my merch shop. Go snag some KBG merch to help support the channel, guys, and also check out the links in the description for my wonderful sponsor, Dubby. Dubby makes an amazing energy drink that I use for all of my Gunpla builds, for all of my gaming streams. Anything you see me doing, you're gonna see some Dubby at least at some point in a stream. It's a really great energy drink. I love it, and I usually don't like energy drinks, but this one actually feels really clean. It doesn't make me feel jittery. I don't feel sick afterwards like I do with most other energy drinks. This one is it is a super great product. I love it. And they've got a hydration formula now, which is one of my all-time favorites, the Monkey Madness. Go snag you a copy of the Hydro Monkey Magnet, or go snag you a tub of the Hydro Monkey Madness. But use my coupon code, guys. Don't spend all your money. Save a little money here, guys, by using the coupon code KOULDBAYNE at checkout for 10% off your purchase. Again, that is KOULDBAYNE for 10% off your purchase. So anyway, comrades, that's it for today's video. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Much love, comrades, and das vidanya.